blocks, maybe have a block or two handy, or you could also potentially have a strap. That's like a maybe prop for later, like, but if you happen to have some kind of strap-ish thing handy, you could do that too. We'll see if you end up using it, but it can't hurt to have it there just in case, because you never know. And yeah, that's enough, but it's always nice to have a blanket or something handy too, just, you know, for cushioning and whatnot. We're not going to use it for anything in particular, but okay. I think that's it. I'm looking at my mat, like picturing what we're going to do and thinking about props. All right, that should work. That's good. I think I'll go grab a strap too, just so when we get to that part, I can show you in case you want to also partake. All right, so once you've gathered, almost everyone's back. Well, we're gonna lie down anyway. So if you're still gathering, no worries, just join us lying down once you get back to your mat. And then pick any kind of lying down position. You have a bunch of props handy. So if you want to put a block or, you know, one under your head and one under your upper back, you can do that, or use a blanket or a towel, roll it up and put it underneath you. But just a kind of nice way to get started to open the chest and the shoulders. So I'll use blocks just to show you that. And grab a strap on over here. Okay. So just in case you're not sure about what to do, you can use your blocks at any height. So me personally, I like to have my block at a little bit higher, but I really love back bends and all of that. So if you feel a little bit tighter or a little restricted, or you just want something a little less, a little softer, this will be a little more like less intense. And then this one's for your head, so that can go at any height that you need it. It just depends on where your head goes when you lie back, so you can adjust that height as you get there. But this should go like at the bottom half of your shoulder blades, basically, just below the line of the armpit. Right, so there we go. So right just below, not all the way to the top. I have some space to my neck, but certainly on underneath my ribs and kind of up a bit, not at the bottom rib, kind of midway. Right, and then right, the block under your head. I don't know, this might be, well, I guess if I wanted my head to dip back more, I could put the block lower. Actually, this is kind of nice. I may do this in a minute. But adjust the height, do what feels good in your body. And if you're doing this and you're like, I don't know, this doesn't feel right, you don't have to do it. But what you want is a feeling of your sternum being lifted towards the ceiling. I should say like the bottom part of it. There's a little back bendy in the upper back, right? And then you can press into your heels and lengthen your tailbone. Right, just let your shoulders melt back towards the floor. Whether you're lying flat on the floor or you have something underneath you, just let your shoulders soften back. Look for a feeling of stretch across the chest, the front of your shoulder. See if your shoulder blades will scooch down your back at all, but you don't have to try and pull them down, but just make space for your neck, right? Free up the tops of your shoulders. Right, let's take 3 big breaths here. Inhale. Fill your chest, hold your breath. Open your mouth side out. And let your body soften as you do that. Then do that again. Inhale. Fill all the way up, biggest breath, holding the breath. Open your mouth, release it. And just let your body soften. Let your shoulders melt. Do that one more time. Biggest breath. Inhale. Go all the way up, holding the breath at the top. Relax your shoulders. Big sigh. Exhale. Releasing all the breath. All right, we'll just be here for a little bit longer. Start to breathe in and out through your nose. Coming into your Ujjayi breath. Steady inhale. Steady exhale. So let's add some movement in the arms while we're here. So just gently bring in the arms overhead. It's just a nice hello to your chest and your shoulders. And if you can, all the way up and overhead. So the backs of the hands are close to the floor, maybe touching the floor, your knuckles touching the floor. And maybe the thumbs coming together just softly overhead. And then circling the arms back down. There's a good stretchy part in there that feels pretty good. And bring them back up and over. Sensation. Out. Wide. Big wide circles with the arms. Right hand skimming the floor. Maybe they're touching the floor. One more time, back up and overhead. All right, so as your arms get overhead, let's turn the palms so they're facing. And again, just soften the shoulder blades down, away from your neck. Right, pull them down a little bit. Just softly, I guess, pull them down. So now your arms are overhead. Maybe the thumbs are just touching the floor. If they don't go that far, it's okay. You don't have to force it. They'll just go wherever they go. But if your hands are touching, just lightly, thumbs touching the floor. All right, and then slowly start to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Up towards the ceiling, straight up, and then down, 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 all the way down. You can feel your shoulder blades a little bit on the block, right? The bottom tips of your shoulder blades, or the blanket, or whatever you're lying on. Arms back, up and over. So just do that one more time. Bring the hands down by your hips. Right, just feel out your shoulders. Back up and overhead. And we'll just keep the arms overhead. Reaching through the fingertips, soften the ribs down and in. Right, even though your arms are reaching and your chest wants to kind of puff up, see if you can just engage the belly a little bit. And just take another breath right here, just feeling the stretch and also feeling a tiny bit of work in your abs. Not massive, but a little. All right, bring the arms back up towards the ceiling. And we'll bring the hands down to the floor or wherever, because we're going to roll to the side and get off the props. So blocks or blanket or towel or whatever you are on. Oh my goodness. That was a big stretch, actually, for me. Let's lie back flat on our backs. And just feel that for a moment. Feel how your back feels. Appreciate the stretch across your chest and your shoulder. All right. Let's reach the heels up towards the ceiling. All right, let your low back kind of press down into the floor. Maybe let the legs come in a little bit closer to you. If you want, you can grab on, pull them in. Feel that. Turn the toes out. Let the legs come out wide. Stretch the inner thighs. And then bringing the legs back together, hug your knees into your chest. Take a moment, rock gently side to side. All right. Let's take the knees over to the left, all the way over, legs heavy, right? You can even press down on your legs with your left hand, sorry, if you want to. Right arm reaching. Lengthen the top hip away from you, right? So you feel a little bit more space in the right side of your waist. Then consider maybe getting your legs a little straighter. So you're just trying to extend at the knee, not really trying to move the thigh bone at all, but just letting the shins come out and maybe your legs get straight out there to the side. Let's bend the knees to come back to center, back through the middle, take an inhale. And exhale your legs over to the other side. Bent knees, open the chest, let your shoulder just melt down towards the floor. And then maybe on this side too, right, gently straightening the legs. You don't have to, but just see how that feels. See how that lands in your body. And then bending the knees to come back up through center, come to the middle. Awesome, okay. So let's get the legs straight. And potentially just without your arms, arms out wide like a T. Just let your legs come in towards you any amount. And if your knees have a soft bend, that is fine. That said, if you can have your legs straight here, let's have them straight. But don't feel like you have to force that to happen. All right, so maybe your heels come closer, than straight over your hips, maybe not, but do that if you can. Arms out wide. Hug the belly back, so pull the ribs in. My ribs kind of stick out, so you can see it a lot when I do that, right? Pull your ribs down, right? Pull them in. And then over to the left, like 30%. So not even really halfway. Enough to float your right hip off the floor. But, just ease your way in. So while you're here, see if you can get a little bit closer to the floor. Right, so you'll start to feel some work on the left, that's your right side, on the right side. Well, if your legs are going to the left. Right, breathe. Try not to hold your breath. So your legs are gonna start to feel heavy. Good, yes, feel your abs. Okay, slowly back up to center. Okay, good gravy. And then same thing going the other way. So my legs got a little out. So I'm gonna pull them in closer just because I have some space to do that. And then just about 30% of the way to the floor. So your left hip lifts, or just go the other way, whichever way. Right, so at first it's not so bad, right? It's not, pretty easy. So then we'll try and get a little closer to the floor. All right, so, feel that work. Press your left shoulder back down, or, the opposite side shoulder. Right, legs straight as best as you can. Right, and you're maybe halfway now to the floor, and you can feel the weight of your legs in gravity. So good, yes. Keep trying to press the opposite shoulder down. Take another breath here. Come back up to center. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's take a quick break, bend your knees. Soften. You can let the knees kind of windshield wiper side to side. Ooh, just feel the work in your torso and your legs. Your arms even have to do a little bit of work there. Okay, so just one more thing like that. Different, but starts the same. Okay, so debating between using our hands or not. Let's start off with not using our hands. So we're going to pull the legs in however much. Keep your right leg in, send your left leg long to hover the heel. Right, just hover the heel. Breathe here. Press your low back down into the floor. Switch legs. So try and get your left leg as close to you as your right leg is. Right, press your low back down into the floor. So let's switch again. Pull the right leg in, the left leg long. Press the low back down, feel your abs. Switch. Right, hold back still, pressing into the floor. Right, your abs are helping you do that, so keep doing that. Now, right leg back in. Now we're gonna lift the head and shoulders, grab onto the back of your right leg and just see if it'll get any closer to you. Right, see how close it gets. Your left heel hovering off the floor. Right, lift up, feel some stretch in the back of your right leg. Maybe a lot of stretch, yes. If you can straighten your leg, straighten it. Take one more breath. Stay as lifted as you can and switch sides. Switch. Lengthen your left hip away. Right, grab onto the back of your left leg. Try and lift yourself a little higher. Right, legs as straight as you can get them. Breathe. Maybe lift a little higher. Take one more breath. Awesome. Come on down. Release everything. Relax. Feet to the floor. And again, you can just side to side. All right. Fantastic. Let's come up. Let's come up. We'll do a little bit of cat-cow. Oh, move around. Okay, so feel free to pad your knees, fold your mat over, add your blanket or your towel. Stack your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And let's move with the breath. Inhale to draw the heart forward. Exhaling, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale to round. I did not turn my phone off, so it's going to drive me crazy. Okay. Keep cat-cowing. One more time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, round. Take it all the way back to child's pose just for a moment. Sit the hips back. And let's just walk the hands forward. Stretch the side of the body. One more breath right here. And bringing the hands around behind you, stay in your child's pose. And let's, instead of reaching forward, reach them back and interlace your fingers. Bring the hands up and over, and then from your child's pose, get your head on the floor. Now, only do this if it feels okay in your neck, but possibly, maybe, rolling onto the top of your head. Onto the top of your head, hands up and over, however much, right? And maybe even, my hair's getting in the way, but maybe even onto the back of your head a little bit. Gently come back down. All the way down, hips to the floor. Release your hands. Sweep your arms back, up and overhead. Stretch it out. Now, keep your arms reaching. Lift your hips. Walk your hands forward. Lift your hips till your hips are over your knees and your thighs are straight up and down. Arms out long, melt the chest down. Forehead to the floor or your chin to the floor. Here too, hug the ribs in. Come on up. Lift the chest, walk your hands back a bit, take a moment. You want to circle your head or just do any kind of, fidgety things that you feel like you need to do after that before we head into down dog. So as you're ready, walk your hands forward, tucking the toes, lifting the hips. Come on back into the down dog. You can pedal out the heels if you like, right? Shake out your head. Right, just do what feels good and then start to settle in. Steady your breath. Right, hugging the belly to the spine. Press evenly through the hands. Take one more breath in this down dog. On your next inhale, shift your gaze forward, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, jump, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding in, Uttanasana. Come all the way up, firm the glutes, sweep the arms. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Dropping the gaze to your fingertips, maybe closing your eyes. Set an intention for your practice. So this is any intention that you like. It's, for you. So you can reaffirm why you're on your mat this morning or, any intention. Let's be with our breath, experience our bodies, right? That connection, the impact that all of this will have ultimately, right after class. Just notice. All right, take a big breath here. Inhale. Sigh it out. Exhale. Release your hands down. Turn the palms to face out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, up and over. Hinging at the hips to fold in half. Inhale, strong legs. Lift the chest, come halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step the right foot, step your left foot, come into your plank pose. Shoulders over wrists, tailbone lengthening. Right, just take a few breaths here. Feel your abs working, your shoulders, your arms. Come high up on the tippy toes. Let's get the legs a little more active. Lift through the lower belly, lengthen the low back. Take one more breath, inhale, lean. Exhale, lower for 5, 4. Hug the elbows in 3. Hug the ribs in 2. 1, hover all the way down. Flatten your feet. Whew. Curl the tailbone under, reach your hands back. Inhale, lift the head, the chest, lift the legs, Shalabhasana. Exhale, lower to the floor. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. Stretch back. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. Switching the interlace. Let's do that one more time. Tailbone under. Inhale, lift up. Stretch. Breathe. Come on down. Exhale. Soften. Waggle the hips a little bit. All right. Planting the palms by your ribs. Tuck your toes. Inhale. Exhale. Press yourself to plank. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Stretch. Smooth out the breath. 2 more breaths here. Strong legs. Right, press the thighs back. Press your shins up and back. Inhale. Gaze forward. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Come all the way up, inhale. Firm the glutes, rise. Exhaling, bringing the hands to the heart. Keep going, hands down, palms out, inhale. Up and over, fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down, left foot steps back, Right foot steps back, back into your plank pose. Tailbone under, right belly lifting. Take another breath, lean forward. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Come all the way down. Flatten your feet. Slide your hands back a little bit. Well, maybe. So they're just behind your shoulders. Inhale, lift the head, the chest. Exhale, lengthen forward. Lower down. Curl the tailbone under. Inhale, press the palms and lift. Exhale, lengthen forward, lower. One more time. Inhale, come up. Hold up. Hug the elbows in. Scoop the heart. Maybe lift a little higher. Inhale. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. All right. 2 more breaths. All right, press the index finger knuckle. Press the thumb. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or float your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Firm the glutes, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep going, inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. Step back, maybe jump back. Feel free to hop. And let's maybe chaturanga this time to upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Send your right leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, bend the knee. Take the stretch. Then switching sides, bringing the right foot to the floor, pick the left leg up, turn the toes out, lift the hip. Right, find the stretch. And releasing the left foot down to the floor. Stretch back, take an inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold. Come all the way up. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Do that again. Surya Namaskar. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, hands are down, step back, jump back. Take your vinyasa. Any vinyasa. Right, you don't have to do upward facing dog and chaturanga. Good, to downward facing dog. Good, 2 more breaths here. Whole hand pressing. Squeeze the arms straight, press the thighs back, gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, hop, feet to hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Firm the glutes, come all the way up, inhale. Exhale. Keep going, hands down, palms out, inhale. Exhale. Ardha, halfway lift, inhale. Take it away, bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump it back. Through the vinyasa you go. Back to downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Round. Inhale, reach. Again, knee to your nose. Inhale, stretch it up and back. One more time, pull it in, round, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hollow out. Pull the knee forward, lightly step your foot between your hands. Okay. Drop the back knee down, flatten the foot, lift up. Inhale. Tailbone long. Lift the frontal hip bones up. Look for the stretch at the front of the left thigh. Exhale, straighten the front leg. You may need to move your heel a little forward. Bring your hands to the floor or blocks. Flex the front foot. Let's get a little more stretch in that hamstring. And potentially your calf too, right? Turn the toes out to the right. One more breath here. Bend the front knee. Flatten the foot. Tuck the back toes. Lift the knees. Step back and lower through the vinyasa, or skip it and rest. Go straight to down dog. No big deal. Lift the left leg. Inhale. Exhale your knee to your nose, round. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Do that again. Come forward, round and squeeze. Inhale, reach the leg. One more like that. Shift forward, hollow out. Inhale, reach. This time, same motion, but step your foot between your hands. Drop the back knee. Just a few breaths. Lift up. Anjaneyasana, tailbone long. Bending into the front knee as much as you need to feel the stretch at the front of the left hip, right hip. Straightening the front leg. You may need to push your heel a little forward. Flex your front foot if you can. Lean out into the stretch. Maybe turning the toes out, left toes out to the left. Bring it back. Bend the front knee, tuck the back toes, lift the knee again, stepping back to take a vinyasa of your choosing, or go straight to down dog. All right, press back. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees. Walk. Float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Utkatasana. Bend deeply. Bend. Squeeze your glutes. Separate your knees a little bit. Or your knees as wide as your feet. If your feet aren't together, which they don't have to be, separate your your knees as wide as your feet. Just reach forward. Drop the shoulders down. Get a nice deep bend. Squeeze your butt. Squeeze it. Lift up into chair pose. Oh. The challenge is going to be to pull the hip bones off your thighs. Get this out of your lower back. Lift up, press the upper arms back, hug the ribs in. Right, maybe see your thumbs up there. One more breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. All the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Bend the knees, hands are down, stepping back, jumping back, taking your vinyasa, or go straight to downward facing dog. Right, down dog. Take a breath. Send your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, your knee to your nose, squeeze, and then step lightly your foot between your hands. Sorry. Put your left heel on the floor for warrior one. Back heel down. Coming up. Let the stretch happen at the front of the left hip, right? So that means pull the hip bones up, right? This is what we want to be doing in this pose anyway, but we kind of let it go. As I do that, as I feel that pull, I also feel it wanting to bend my back knee, right? So try and keep your back leg straight as you lift your hip bones up. And then we'll get that nice stretch at the front of the left hip. Consider bending a little deeper into the front knee. Back leg straight. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take the hands to the floor. Pause here. Spin to the ball and step your back foot a little bit closer. About a third of the way. There's still a nice gap, right? Land the back heel, hands to your hips. Let's come up, Parsvottanasana. So legs straight, and then I'm squaring my hips to the top of my mat, right? Square your hips so your left hip comes forward, right? Hug the belly back. Let's do Gomukhasana arms. So we'll take the left arm up top and the right arm under. I guess this is another place where your strap will come in handy. So the back leg has the top arm. If your hands don't want to come together back there, add your strap. Right, my shoulder feels tight. Okay. Probably should do this more. Right, so as you get into the stretch, hug the ribs in. Right, hug the ribs in. Take an inhale, reach up through the left elbow tip. Exhale forward into the fold. Forward, forward. Pin the right hip back. Lengthen the right side of the body. Make it as long as the left side. Oh, strongest legs. Press through the back heel. Back leg so straight. Maybe you can fold a little deeper, just try. Inhale, come all the way up. Undo the arms. Reach both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Still pinning the right hip back. Soft bend the right knee. Hips square. Outer left hip coming forward and down. Lift into the warrior three. Right, breathe. Hug the belly to the spine. Send the arms out wide or even overhead. Ooh, energize the lifted leg. Stand that lifted foot onto the back wall. Or pretend there's a wall there and stand it on that wall. Take one more breath here. We're gonna exit through warrior one. Bend your right knee a lot. Bend it a lot. And then land in your warrior one pose. Lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, take it down. Hands to the floor. Step it back through a vinyasa or not through a vinyasa. I'll leave that to you. Breath or two. Right, make your way to down dog. Lifting the left leg. Inhale it up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Hollow out, step. Your foot between your hands. Back heel down. Warrior one. Right, so as you come in, I mean, like you guys know, but look for the stretch at the front of the right hip. So that means pulling the hip bones up, right? Pulling the hip bones up. And part two, straightening the back leg, right? So yeah, really press it straight. Back heel rooting down. Look for that feeling of stretch. That's half the reason why we're doing this pose, right? Feel that stretch. Maybe bend a little deeper. Your legs are strong. Take one more breath here. Keep hugging the belly back. And at the same time, press the upper arms back. Inhale. Exhale. Take it down. Whew. Spinning onto the ball of the back foot. Step it a little bit closer. Not that much, but a little bit. Straightening both legs. Let's come up to stand. And this time, Gomukhasana arms on the other side. So the right arm is lifted. This is the one where I'm gonna have to use the strap. You know the sad story of my shoulder by now. So I'm gonna use a strap on this side. If I can hold it, there we go. Like steady. Right, hug the ribs in. Lengthen up, up, up with the right elbow. Right, really look for length on the right side. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Now, keep lengthening the left side. So lengthen the left hip back. Right, lengthen towards the floor. The whole sternum, collarbone, right, wide across the collarbones. The whole thing lengthening. Right, so the left side is long too. Lengthen the left hip back. It's a big challenge as you're here. Are you breathing? Feel the stretch in the leg. Burn the legs. Flex the thighs. Press the right thigh back. Take one more breath here. Come all the way up. Press into the back foot. Release the arms. Sweep them up. And out and around to hands to the heart. Right, hands to the heart. Soft bend the left knee. We'll start with a light bend. Keep squaring the hips. Keep squaring the hips as you come into your warrior three pose. Right, lift the low belly. Lengthen. Right, stand a lifted foot on an imaginary wall, or maybe you have an actual wall. Right, lengthen the left hip back, the heart forward. Arms can go out wide or overhead. Whoops. All right, slowly bend your left knee, bend it a lot, and then land on the right foot back there. Lift your chest up, inhale, exhale. Slowly down. Step the left foot back through your vinyasa, or whatever version of that you want to do. No worries. Feel free to sigh the breath out. When you get back to your down dog, shake your head out a little bit. All right, awesome. Downward facing dog. Okay, hugging the belly to the spine. All right, shift forward into your plank pose. Hug the belly to the spine. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Woo. Come up onto your forearms. All right, we're just gonna add a quick stretch for the back leg. Just take a breath or two here. So for the back leg, for both legs, but one at a time. So let's bend the left knee, reach back, grab on. So if this is too much for your back or anything like that, you can come down. The stretch effect is less, but if you're tight, it may not matter. Right? So for me, it's better if I'm upright. Right? Square your hips. Try not to let your left hip peel open. Take one more breath here. Trying to go easy on my shoulder. Slowly, gently release it. And then we'll just switch sides, right? So switching, bend the right knee, reach back, grab on. You may peel the hip open when you first reach back and grab, but then try and get the right hip down. The back leg hip, the front of the hip facing the floor. Right, breathe into the stretch. Curl the tailbone under. Take one more breath here. Woo. May make you sweaty just from the sensation. Come on down. Waggle your hips a little bit. Okay, fantastic. Just appreciate the stretchy feeling at the fronts of your legs. And then let's come up onto the forearms, both. Mount your shoulders away from your neck, right? So the neck feels nice and long. Let's just expose just for a moment. Stretch the heart through. Curl the tailbone under. All right, tuck your toes. Lift the belly away from the floor. Pull your hips off. Curl the tailbone under more. Lift your knees. Walk your feet in for dolphin pose. All right, walk your feet in, however close. Press your chest back, breathe into the stretch. Oh my goodness, guys. Hug the elbows in. Right, try and press the whole hand into the floor. Bring your feet together. Lift your right leg up. Right, square the hips. Right foot down, left foot up. Right, bring that foot down. And let's come all the way down. Take a moment, relax your shoulders. Child's pose. Okay. Good job, everybody. So we're gonna stay in our on our forearms, I should say. Coming back up into dolphin pose. Now I know some of you guys have pretty flexible hamstrings and you can get your feet pretty close to your elbows. So let's not get maximum closeness, but have what feels more like downward facing dog. And for some of you guys, that's how you are already, and that's perfect. So you're just gonna stay just like that. All right, but same arms, elbows, shoulder distance, hands, shoulder distance. All right, come on up into your dolphin. And again, maybe not your maximum closeness. All right, looking forward, we're gonna lean out over the forearms. Send the heart forward, get your chin out there, and then press back. So just go as far forward as you can. Imagine you're trying to drink out of a little pool. So you are trying to lean and get kind of close to the floor and press back. So let's do 5 of those. Leaning forward, get as close as you can, and then press back. 2 more if you're with me. Forward, forward. Take a drink and press back. And 1 more time. Woo! Just wakes everything up, doesn't it? And press back. And let's come down. Oh my gosh. Woo! Rest your shoulders, your arms. Okay. Your arms are alive, your shoulders, your upper body. You can shake out your arms if you like. Take a moment. I feel mine too. I'm with you. All right, back into downward facing dog. You're probably relieved. Plant your hands. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Whew. All right. So just feel how everything feels now. Like, how do your shoulders feel, your arms, your legs? Like, just notice. Feel the feels. Send your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine, step your right foot forward, crescent pose. On the ball of your back foot, let's lift it up. Your chest up, that is, not your foot, that sounded weird. Your feet are on the floor, at least for now. Send the tailbone long. So here again is another glorious opportunity to feel some stretch at the front of the left hip. Your back leg can get however straight. It doesn't have to get straight for you to get a good stretch, because I'm not straightening my back leg and I feel a really nice stretch right here. Right? So don't worry about getting it straight is my point. Press the arms back, back. Hug the rib tips in. Take 1 more breath, just like this. If you're leaned back a bit, come back upright. Now let's keep the arms overhead. Shoulder blades down. We're gonna stand into the right foot, pick the left foot up. So stand and lift your knee up. Slowly step it back. Do that again. Stand, pick your knee up. Your left knee, that is. Right, bend your right knee. Step back. Okay, do that again. Stay up there. I'm gonna turn so I'm facing you so you can see what's happening. Straighten your front leg, bring your hands down. Grab onto your leg as I tip over. In theory, we're balancing, right? Lean in, get closer to your leg. Right, okay. Hold on. And slowly just bring everything down. You're gonna fold in, bring your left foot to the floor. Keep holding on to your left leg. You may have to move to your ankle. Pick your right foot up into the air. Right foot up into the air, standing on your left leg right now. Standing splits. Okay. Slowly. I keep tipping over. Stand yourself up. Sweep your right foot forward now and bring your right leg out in front of you. Catch your knee. Straightening the leg. I keep tipping over. Right, again, forward fold. So you're holding on to whatever you can. Lean out over your leg. And then again, everything comes down to the floor. You may have to not hold your foot, but hold your ankle. Right, hold your right ankle if you can, or whatever you can grab onto. Pick your left foot up now. Standing splits. Okay, I'm gonna turn back to the top of my mat. All right, you're gonna land in crescent pose. Bend your right knee. Land your left foot back there. So hopefully you're back to where we started in crescent, I hope. Reach up, maybe look up. Oh, let it go, come on down. All right, step your right foot back. Take a vinyasa. Or don't, right? Modify it, land on the floor, do cobra pose, right? Whatever. You don't have to do big giant. Okay, fantastic. Send your left leg up into the air. Inhale, exhale, round. Round, round, step. Crescent pose. Soft bend the back knee. Let's come up. Right, lift the frontal hip bones up. Lift the frontal hip bones up. Lengthen the shoulder blades down. Right, hug the rib tips in. Press the upper arms back, back, back. Use your abs. Hug the belly back. One more breath here. If you're leaning back, get more upright. Right, whoa. It's a lot of balancing. Here we go. Stand up, take your right leg with you. Bring it forward. All right, bend. Step back into your lunge. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Here we go. Step it up. Bring it back. And then step up again and hold it up. We're up. Okay. Straightening the leg. Bring your hands down, grab on. I'm going to turn so I'm facing you again. Ooh. Steady. All right, you're forward folding, right? Slowly, right foot comes to the floor. Land it. You may have to hold on to your ankle instead of your foot. Or just keep holding on to your right leg. Pick your left foot up, standing splits. Maybe you're balancing. Maybe. Right, this time, bring your fingers to the floor. Start to bend your left knee. See if you can catch your foot with your right hand and come into a little bit of a stretch here. Send the left knee as much as you can straight up to the ceiling. Breathe. So you are in a bit of a forward fold. All right, keep your fold, release the foot. All right, as you stand up, bring your left leg all the way up and out in front of you. Stand up, you can bend your knee. Hold on to it for a second. Straighten your left leg. Woo! It's quite an experience. Grab onto your foot maybe or your ankle. Forward fold. Breathe. Right, slowly left foot back down to the floor. Move to hold your ankle or hold on to some part of your lower leg. Shift your weight into your left foot. Pick your right foot up, standing splits. Urdhva Prasarita, Ekapadasana. Okay. Hands to the floor. Bend your right knee. Left hand reaches back. Catch your foot or your ankle back there. Reach the knees straight up as best as you can. So you're forward folding and your knees reaching up into the air. Don't hold your breath. All right, release the foot. Slowly bend your left knee. Land in your lunge. So you're on the ball of your right foot. Hopefully, left leg is forward. Come up, crescent. I know. Lift the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come down. Step back. Vinyasa. Straight to down dog. Rest in child's pose. Oh, I just want the back bend. Oh my goodness. Downward facing dog. Woo! Okay, from your down dog, shift forward into plank pose. I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty, you guys. I'm sure you're super concerned about that. Hold your plank for a moment longer. And then we're gonna lower again for 5. Slower this time. 4, 3, keep going. 2, lean forward. 1, all the way down. Okay, if you made it. It's okay if you didn't. That's fine. All right, Dhanurasana. So, tailbone under. Now, if Dhanurasana is just not in your bag of tricks, for any reason, do bridge pose. Just flip over onto your back and do bridge. If the problem is you can't reach your feet, you have your strap or some strap-like object, right? Just hook it around your feet. And, right, use that. All right, 2 rounds. I don't know if that's good or bad, but 2 rounds. Curl the tailbone under. We made up good and bad anyway, it just is. Take an inhale. Press your shins back, lift your chest. Press the thigh bones away from the floor. Kick the feet back, hug your knees in. Take 1 more breath, legs lifting, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Oof. Okay, get my legs closer together. When Dhanurasana, you know, you kind of squeeze your butt, so hug your legs back in. My pant tail pockets, it's so great. It totally has nothing to do with anything. Okay, bend your knee, let's do it 1 more time. Reach back. Curl the tailbone under. Peel your shoulders open right now. Inhale, lift your chest, kick your feet back. Use your legs, right? Press your big toe mounds to the ceiling. Hug the knees in. Scoop your heart up. Press the thighs. Take 1 more breath, hug the legs in. Oh my gosh. Come on down. Woo. All the way to the floor. Okay. If you like, bend the knees. Windshield wipering the shin side to side. Honoring our ancient yogic ancestors with this timeless move. Okay. All right, downward facing dog. So as you're ready, strap is in the way. Make your way back. This will be the way down dog, but I'll get away in a second. Right, it's a great counter pose to your back bend, so just let it do that. Stretch your hamstrings, lengthen the back body. All right, so have your strap handy, have your block or blocks, or whatever kind of prop that you have like that. I'm just gonna have everything so I can show you options. We have those guys handy too. Okay, down dog. Right leg. Inhale, lift it up. exhale. Round the spine, squeeze, and step. Your foot between your hands. Let's just go ahead and bring the back knee down to the floor. Lean into the stretch at the front of your left hip. And I'm just gonna say, let's walk the left knee back a bit. Oh, and really feel that stretch. Okay, I'm gonna put these up here so you can see all of me. And then straightening the front leg, flexing the foot. Let's push the front heel forward some. So now, right as I'm here, my knee is behind my hip, my front foot is well forward. I'm just gonna add a little padding under my knee right now. Okay. And then we're gonna just keep making this a little wider front to back until you're in as much of a stretch as you wanna be. I'm just debating if I want to go all the way down or not. I guess it's okay. Just don't assume, you know? Don't assume. Like, I know I'm capable of doing this, but I pulled a muscle doing this before. Just being like, wee, splits. And so after that, I enter with a little more caution, you know? Okay, so you have various options right now. If you're not on the floor, this is where your block comes in, right? You're as close as you're gonna get by now. So add your block under the front leg, close to the hip, at any height, right? Whatever height you need. You can also fold up a blanket or a towel and use that as well. So feel free to add that in. I'm gonna just keep some padding under my back knee. So right block, no block, it's totally up to you. Let's see. I will say when I have the block, I don't feel any stretch, so it does make it feel easier. So I'm just kind of leaning into my back leg side because I want to feel that hip stretch a little bit more. All right, now you have a couple of options to hang out right here. Like give the legs a little bit of juice. So you're kind of trying to pull your feet together so you feel a little lift. You could bend your back knee and reach back and catch your foot back there. Again, you can use your strap. I don't want to stress out my shoulder too much, but I also want to feel this other stretch. Okay, there we go. All right. Big stretch in the back leg. Big stretch. Okay, when you feel like you've had enough of that, which if that didn't bother my shoulder, I may want to stay there longer. But, so, right, you can grab onto that or not. We're going to slowly come out of it. So, oh, God. Press. Lift yourself. And then once you're back in your down dog, however you got there is fine. Just appreciate how your two sides feel right now, right? Because that's a very asymmetrical pose. So notice your hips, notice your legs. Like, what do you feel? Appreciate that. Let's do the other side. Left foot forward. Oh yeah. Back knee down. So again, making a big space. Moving your back knee back a bit. Oh, this feels great because now the side that was really long gets to stretch. Gets to shorten. And the side that was really short gets to lengthen. Oh, right, so feel that. It's very nice. Very nice. So as you shift back into the hamstring stretch, move your front foot forward. Right, so you're already kind of in a splits type shape. Right, and then we're just going to keep playing with the edges. Go forward, walk it back. Right, so this side too, like I know I can do it, but you know, I don't want to rush. Take your time, feel it out, right? See where you need to stop. And be real about that, you know? Don't try and do anything heroic. It's just the splits, right? It's not a big deal. It's Hanumanasana, named after the monkey god Hanuman, which is like a love energy, you know? Nice. Okay, so maybe you add the block, maybe not. This blanket is really picking my back leg up a bit. I can actually feel the stretch that it's creating. But I'm gonna try bending the back knee anyway. Oh my goodness. Reaching back. Okay. Right, so this is one of the Ekapada Raja Kapotasana poses. One of the variations. This is actually the D variation with the legs, the front leg in splits. Right, so this one is, this side's a little bit easier for me because of the shoulder and all that. Breathing into the stretch. You can hang out here a little bit longer if you like, or if you feel like, why would I do that? I think I'm done. You can be done. I do enjoy this stretch though. Okay, it is a lot. Press. Lift. I took my mat. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh. Feel free to take a breath or two in down dog before you come down. And just take a moment in child's pose where you feel safe. Right, it's notice the effect of that, kind of being spread out and stretched like that in the splits, where you may feel a little bit like, ooh, a little unhinged. But right, like you kind of want to curl up into a little ball, like you want to just like bring it back. So just kind of appreciate that feeling of like, woo, you know, I was really out there and so you may have a bit of an urge to kind of curl in. That's okay, you know, it's pretty normal. All right. But we're not going to stay like that, obviously. We have a few minutes to take upside down time since we've kind of done a lot of the big stuff. We can do upside down time and then cool it down. So again, I will offer, like, you don't need a wall necessarily. If you have a chair or an ottoman or a sofa or something like that, you can pretend that's the wall and put your, do your down dog with your, like my sofa's right here, with your feet to the sofa, then just put your feet up on it and you'll be able to lift up. It'll be kind of like the wall. You can pick a leg up and you get both your feet up there. So maybe it's not the wall exactly, but you can kind of simulate the arm of it, maybe a little bit taller if that's accessible. Right, but you can be creative in your environment. If you need to rest, please lie down and just put your legs up, however, again, on your furniture, maybe if you don't have a wall. But let's take just a couple of minutes and we'll do some upside down. We did the splits, right? So maybe you want to play with a little bit of splits in your inversion, right? So if you are using a wall, setting up away from the wall. If you're working on headstand, try, playing with splitting the legs in your headstand. Away, you have to give yourself a little bit of space away from the wall so your back leg can move back a bit, right? But play with it, see how it goes. I will too, just for fun, why not? Come on. Whoa, not necessarily want to try and do a back bend right now, which is what I feel like is about to happen. I'm going to do my other leg. upside downiness. Okay, gotta get the blood out of my head a little bit. Fine, okay, one more. Let's say one more and then we'll cut off upside down. And I think you guys all kind of know this already anyway, but I'm gonna say it. If you're doing headstand, make sure you give yourself a moment to do child's pose, right? Just let your neck decompress a little bit. Okay, last call upside down. I overcorrected. Okay, anyway, fun times, upside downiness. If you're not already down, let's come down and again, make sure and do a little bit of child's pose if you are in headstand. We just want to give your neck a moment or two to decompress. All right, fantastic, everyone. Let's send the legs out in front. Sit tall. Well, like our hamstrings need more stretching necessarily, but we'll take a brief Paschimottanasana just to lengthen the spine. So come forward, reach forward, grab on, use your strap if you like. Inhale, lift up, and exhale out. Right, so just let your back get long. I know the backs of your legs are also probably stretching. You can bend your knees as much as you need to if that helps you feel more of the stretch in your back. Feel free to do that. All right, amazing. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, release the rest of the way up. Okay, let's take a twist. I'm going to turn so I'm facing you so you can see better what I'm doing. It's a twist that you know, but just to orient. Let's bring the left leg up and over the top so your foot is on the outside of the right leg. And you do want to be able to stand into that foot. Not that we're standing up, but you want the whole foot on the floor. So arrange, put it in a place where you can, if you had to, you could stand on it. Maybe the right knee bends and your heel comes back by your hip. You want to be able to sit on both your sit bones. So if you end up a little bit pitched, you actually, if you have your towel or your blanket handy, you could keep your heel back there and elevate the other side, right? So that you are a little more level, but it does give you a little bit of a feeling like you're gonna tip over. So if that doesn't feel stable, which it very well may not, just straighten the bottom leg out, right? You can sit on the blanket or towel, play with that, right? I mean, you can have it, you just want to be able to be level as much as possible. Okay, so on that note, both sit bones on the floor, sit up nice and tall, bring your right arm around to the front of the left knee, your left hand behind you. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, rotate and turn. Inhale, if you like, sweep the right arm up into the air. And exhale, bring the elbow outside your knee. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rotate the ribs, the shoulders, your head, your neck. Right, rotating from the waist up. So give the right hip a little push back, right? So it's moving away from the twist instead of into the twist. Take one more breath here. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, unbind. Oh, okay. Take a moment, shake out the legs. Whew. Okay, same thing other side. Right leg over the top. And again, placing your foot so that your whole foot can be on the floor. Maybe swinging the left heel back. I lean a little bit just to get my foot over there, but ultimately, right, we want to feel both the sit bones. We want to feel the right sit bone on the floor. The left one's easy in this position, right? Okay, sitting up tall. Left elbow around the front of the right knee, right hand behind. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, begin your twist. Inhale, grow taller, possibly reaching the left arm up. Exhale, hook the elbow outside the knee and deepen the twist. Right, again, now the left hip moves away, like back, away from the twist. And we try and rotate the ribs. The ribs, your shoulders, your head, your neck. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to twist a little more. Do that again. Soft face. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, unravel. Let the whole thing go. Give the legs a little shake, a little wiggle waggle of the feet side to side. Okay, I'm turning back this way, but briefly, let's open the legs. Open the legs. Okay. Trying to get in the middle of my mat. Open the legs and slowly start to come forward into Upavishta. So we will attempt to keep the toes pointing up, the kneecaps facing up, right? For most of us, when we do this, our feet want to either go in or out, depending on your hips. So, right, just try and keep the toes pointing up. Lengthen forward. Take about 5 breaths here. Allow the inner thighs to lengthen. You may also be feeling your hamstrings. That's good. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, just the rest of the way. Hook the knees, scoop them in. Give yourself a moment here. Right, just allowing the spine to round a bit. Okay, we have time. We're going to do pigeon pose. So, as always, if this doesn't work for your body for any reason, and maybe it's just today, whatever, it's all good. Come back to thread the needle, where you can lie down on your back, and it's a similar stretch, but just a more low-key approach. So, it doesn't really matter whichever leg you want to put at the front of your mat first. Have your shin coming across your mat. The heel back a bit will ease the stretch, so you don't have to try and get your shin straight across. This is pretty intense, actually. So maybe pull it back. You have your props. So as you bring your back leg back, rotate so that the front of the thigh on the back leg is facing straight down. The kneecap facing the floor, the top of your foot facing the floor, right? Everything square to the mat. Okay, then if you're not on the floor, slide your blanket, slide your block under the front hip and thigh. And then, if you can forward fold, then you'll forward fold. Breathe. That's my best advice for you right now. So just breathe. Your mind is going to tell you all sorts of stories, probably. Just notice what comes up. It's interesting. Notice where your mind goes as you're here, as you're in this stretch, which can feel kind of intense. Where does your mind go? What does it do? What does it do? What does it do? We're not trying to shut it off. You know, it's not like that. Can't shut it off any more than we can shut our bodies off. Like you can't. You can't turn your breath off, you can't turn your body off, you can't turn your mind. And it's okay, right? When all those things are turned off, that means it's it, we're done. You know, like our journey in this incarnation is finished. So don't worry about your thoughts, you know, that's totally normal. That's what your mind does. But then there's this other part of us, like the Buddhi mind, like the greater mind that observes all of that, right? And so that's kind of where we want to rest, as we sort of just, it's so interesting, right? Wow, look at all the thoughts. And we're just the observer, noticing. We're just different parts of us, more subtler parts of us. The most tangible to the most subtle, right? And the us that's really us that we can't name or point at or see, right there, that's where all the mystery lies. And they say, right, that's where we realize that we really are all the same. When we get to that place. All right, last breath, inhale. Sigh it out. Last breath in this pigeon pose. Sorry, let's be specific. Come on up. We didn't turn into some crazy cult really quick there. Maybe you exit through down dog. Oh my gosh. Which you can choose to do or not. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So then, of course, we put the other leg in front. So I'll leave you to knowing which one that is. Come into side two. Walk it back. Oh, that's good. So again, there's no rush. You know we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. So take your time. Make sure you're nice and square. That's how we really get into that stretch. And then we use props, right? So a block, a blanket, whatever you need under the front hip. And it may be the same as the first side. It may not. Right, so just see what's happening today. And notice the stories you tell yourself about that even. One side versus the other side. And are you fighting the fact that one is a little bit different and probably this side leans a little, you know, whatever, but just notice what's happening over here. Try not to be aggressive. And remember ahimsa. Like this is like the golden rule of all the yamas and the niyamas, which is just our steps along the 8-limbed path of yoga. The very first thing, right? Yamas is the first thing. And the first yama is ahimsa, which is non-violence or non-harming, right? And this applies to us as much as it does to our actions in the world. Right? So as you're here in your practice, can we have a non-violent attitude towards ourselves, like a, you know, loving kindness. And just honoring exactly where you are. If it was supposed to be some other way, it would be. Right? It just is.
one of the biggest challenges of the practice of yoga and of other spiritual disciplines as well. But can we be okay with things as they are? Can we even see things as they are? Think about that for a minute. Like being okay with that things as they are kind of requires us to be able to perceive things realistically, see things as they are. And sometimes our resistance blocks even our perception of stuff. Like that's how much we don't want it to be how it is. So maybe too about your pigeon pose and how your hips are and all that stuff. All right, last breath here. All right. The best part of hip stretching is when you're done. Let's get out of here. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe shaking the leg out, moving down. On the plus side, we're heading to Shavasana. Okie dokie. So, on your backs, you can come to lie down. Have a moment here. Plug the knees in, maybe rock a little bit side to side. If you want to do happy baby, if you want to kick out through the heels or any other things before you head into Shavasana, go for it. I say do it. And then as you're ready, we'll extend the legs. That really feels nice at the front of my hips. Let's feel a big forward fold in the pigeon pose. So maybe allowing some openness at the front of the hips. Even if you have your legs up, maybe just scooch a bit so that you can feel a little bit of opening there. Melt the shoulder blades away from the neck, palms turning open towards the ceiling. Let's just allow ourselves these moments really to relax, to soften. So make sure you feel comfortable. And then letting go, resting, relaxing. Any gripping, any tension in the body, let it relax, let it soften here for Shavasana. And here too, the thoughts, they come. Just notice. Just notice. And let them go. We're not here to figure anything out, to make a list, or anything like that. We're here to rest. Shavasana. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. As you bring your awareness back into your body, maybe through your fingers, your toes. If you like, take a stretch. Gently reaching your arms overhead, stretching out through the legs. And then when you're ready, hug your knees. Give them one last sweep. Rolling onto your right side. We'll take a breath or two here, just enjoying Shavasana. And when you're ready, press the floor away, come up to sit. All right, and as you come to seated, let's just take a moment to close the eyes, to check in, to notice how your body feels, and not just the body, but also, mentally how you feel, emotionally how you feel. Just notice what's different. Bringing the palms to press at the heart, thumbs to the sternum. Inhale, lift your heart to your hands. Exhale, gently bowing the chin in gratitude. Grateful for the gifts of this practice, for all the goodness that it brings to the body, to the mind, the spirit. Just grateful. What else? What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for today? This particular Sunday at the end of May. Thank you for sharing your practice today, you guys. Thank you for coming out onto your mats and just being here with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Namaste. Namaste, lovely people. Thank you so much. We will have classes the first half of the day, but then Kelly and I are taking the night off. So we'll be done after Hagen's Yoga Nidra, which is delightful, and I highly recommend it. So, yes. Hi, everyone. I can unmute you. You're welcome. Hi, Ellen. Good to see you. Hi, everybody. Nice to see all your friendly faces.
Thanks, Christine.
You're welcome, Terry.
Bye.
Hi,
I felt amazing.
everyone. Hi. Okay, good. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christine.
You're welcome. Trying to see everybody.
Miss you guys.
Sarah.
You guys too.
Thanks, you guys.
Hopefully soon.
I know. Please.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I know, right? I want it to be soon. I'm crossing my fingers it's soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Well, in any case, have a fantastic rest of your day.
Hi, babies. Hi, babies.
Cute.
That's Lola and Augie.
Oh, nice. Bye. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.